It is springtime, and that means many of us are on the hunt for a new or even a used car to enjoy this summer while cruising. And negotiating a better price on a certified used vehicle should definitely be part of the plan. So, ACV Auction is transforming the way that millions of used vehicles are bought and sold each year. And joining me now is ACV Auction CEO George Shimone. George, welcome to the show. It's good to have you. And yesterday we heard comments from the Fed Chair Jerome Powell reporting that rates are likely to remain high. How is that impacting the used car market?
Thanks again for having us on the show again. We always appreciate being on. When you look at what's going on in the used car market and new car market, we're seeing the entire market start to shift to the consumer's favor. Used car values are starting to go down. New cars are coming out with incentives. So if you look back the past few years, it's been difficult for consumers to buy both new and used. But right now, it's getting better and better each and every day for the end consumer.
Interesting. So during the pandemic, we've seen some of these prices skyrocket. Are you seeing more of an evening out or steadiness building in the market now?
Yes, we've seen a steady decline in used car values. That's great for the consumer. It's great for consumers being able to get into the car they need to get into. So yeah, each and every month, that's heading in the right direction. And also with new cars, you're starting to see OEMs put incentives out there, whether they're lease incentives, rebates, other forms of incentives. So these are all obviously intended to drive the consumer in. The average age of a vehicle on the road today is the highest it's ever been. And then also, but these are still great values. The trade-in values are strong for the consumer right now. When you look at it from a historical perspective, a lot of consumers have some great equity in their vehicles. So it's a great time.
Mm-hmm. I know your company has been successful in helping dealerships navigate some of the complexities that we've seen in the market, especially when it comes to lean inventory and even pricing changes. Talk to me more about the solutions that you're able to provide.
Yeah, we've developed a few solutions thus far. One is called ClearCar, and we also have ACV Live Appraisal. What ClearCar is, it's a tool a consumer can use in their own driveway while at home. They can walk around the car. We take images of the vehicle. We use artificial intelligence to understand the condition of the vehicle. Our dealers ask the consumers a few questions through a form. It literally takes a few minutes. And we can give a really firm price on a vehicle value so that the consumer knows exactly what their trade is worth. It's also dealers' opportunity to actually just sell cars, not just trade cars, but buy cars from consumers that aren't necessarily looking to actually buy a new car. So these are great news tools, leveraging artificial intelligence and allowing the end consumer to come in and know the exact value of their vehicle.
How does that impact dealerships in terms of their own profitability?
Well, with dealerships historically, they'd make more on some cars and they'd lose a bunch of money on other cars. This evens it out. They've got a target margin. I mean, dealers are really there to offer a great value to consumers. In most cases, these dealers are not trying to have a huge profit from these trades. I will tell you, we're at this every single day. Most of the time, they're trying to just make a few $100 from that trade. They're really not trying to steal the car from the consumer. But when you're dealing with averages, they'd have to make more from certain cars and lose from other vehicles. We've made it where it's a condition-adjusted value for each and every car. So as a consumer, if you've got a great car in great condition, you're going to get even more right now. And if you've got a car that's beat up a little bit, you're going to probably get the right price because that car, the dealer may have historically lost a little bit of money on.
Okay,
but either dealers are very.
So to that end, what steps can consumers take to get a better understanding of their own trade-in value and get the best price for their car?
I would say do your work before you go into the dealership, of course. Many dealers, like the hundreds of our dealerships, have a widget on their webpage that says, helps them understand, the value of the vehicle, the trade value. You answer the questions, you fill out the form, and that'll give you a good indication. then when you arrive, you've got that early indication, and you're sitting with the dealer. You understand, and that will obviously help you with your payments, with how much is going against your new car. But I would say just do the work in advance. Products like ClearCar are out there to help the end consumer really understand the value before they walk in.
So, with car sales typically rising during the spring, how can dealerships leverage data to optimize their inventory and to bring in buyers?
We're developing tools to help optimize your inventory within our product ACV Max. We have dealers changing their retail prices on new cars either weekly or even daily, and that optimization is based on trends: how many cars they have in stock, how many cars are in that specific market. And so we've got the ability, understanding about the condition of these assets, days to turn, and helping dealers really make sure they've got the right price on these vehicles on their website.
So, I'd like to hear more about some of the data and tools that ClearCar can provide specifically to make better choices here, and how ACV supports that.
Yeah, certainly. So, in some of the images that were on the screen showed an individual going around a car, taking pictures. And what's happening with this tool is, while the pictures are being taken, it's going up to sort of to the cloud, to our machines, which have been learning the condition of vehicles based on the million+ inspections we do a year. So we can take a vehicle based on the consumer just walking around and really get to a pinpoint price of the value of that vehicle. By simply going around, taking those photos, answering a few questions, we take those 5 or 10 minutes of time with the consumer, and we match it back with the millions of inspections we've done on vehicles, and allow that consumer to get really the right value for their car.
All right, George Shimon, CEO of ACV Auctions. George, thank you for joining.